Hello everyone, this is Subsistence, and I guess we're at it again. This is going to be like the last episode of the series. Oh, there we go, nighttime. Let's open up a bit of fuel. We have everything. No, we actually don't have that much fuel. Let's fuel it up. Let's ignite it so we have a bit of light. I haven't built a light. I didn't quite see the point, especially since it's like the last episode of the series. Then again, I could do it, like right now, using the wrong button. So basic light doesn't even take that much. Let's do it. Okay, so for those that like, this is like the first episode they see. This is a in development game, so that means everything you can watch about this game, hear, get told, walk through, whatever, it is bound to change, or it is possible to change. So keep that in mind as you are going to try to actually play it. First thing you're going to do when you're going to come back into game, you have like a few options. You can go directly and build your base command unit, which is this. Put it on a wall and that'd be about it. After a while, about 48 hours or 24 hours, don't quite know for sure. I think it's the first one. You're going to get hunters spawn. They are NPCs, they will kill you if they catch you, and they're also going to loot your body. They may not get everything you have like a certain amount of loot, but even so. Besides all that, you're just going, if you're not going to do that actually, you're going to just play a basic game in which you can build a base and a few things, not all of these. I guess basic like workbenches, which is basically a fire, and that'll be about it. And I can actually tell you what. So this is what you can build without a command-based unit. Some gear, bullets for some matter of, I guess to a certain extent, that's for matter. These are a few health thingies. This is how you can build most of your, your entire base. You have different options. Walls you can do like in different ways. You just click here, craft, and that's it. You need to have the resources for it. This is some of the basic things you use for other crafting, and this is the guns you can do. Even a rifle. I guess the iron fragments is the harder things to get, and you can't really get it without one of these. These puppies over here. You put your iron over here, you turn it up, like on, and it's just going to produce it. And so apart from that, you can build pretty much everything that I just showed you. Now within the base command unit, you can craft even more. You have it over here. There are workbenches and everything. Everything. Each one of them does a certain thing. Okay, so let's set that one there. I guess put it instead of that. To be a 5. Oh, this needs to be on a wall? Like, really? Yeah, apparently it goes on the ceiling just as well. But it looks weird on the ceiling. It's for the outside then, maybe? Oh, there we go. We have, I guess, a bulb over here. Okay, whatever. The dev is like, there's like only one developer, one dev that actually is building all of this. He does some regular updates to the game, tweaks a bit here and there, gives you more options to build, and so on and so forth. So don't expect, I don't know, like daily updates. That's not going to happen. It's like only one guy, but he's doing an awesome job so far. You also have, let me show you here, you have food, so 2 types of food, hydration and health, energy, and this is hunger basically. I guess that's like the quickest thing you can do. You're going to cut wood, you're going to, oh yeah, so let's sum it up. This is going to be a game, at least until this point. This is a game in which, because there were a lot of talks about this and a lot of people complained it. I don't really quite know why, because it's quite logical, but nevertheless. So you're going to start in the game with pretty much nothing. You're going to get resources either by cutting wood, either by mining, which is going to give you raw materials, metal materials. There's a bear over here. Kind of annoying, to be honest. Go, and he's going to like my base a lot apparently. Whatever. So basic materials, or can I reach him? Apparently I can't. Okay, whatever. He can damage my door or whatever he does there. I kind of don't want to die, so I'm not going to engage him further. So you're going to have basic materials, either wood or metals, and then you can get crates. There are about 3 types of crates, fourth one which you cannot really open, and you're just going to roam around, get the resources from the crate, and build your base, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much the game. Get some hunting, get some food, you know, eat so you can preserve your energy and whatnot, and well, that's it. That's the game. It's survival. It doesn't have like an end goal except surviving right now. I do know that the map we are on at this point, it's apparently way much smaller than the one that's going to be open at the, I guess, finish when the game is finished, when it's going to be, when you can purchase it. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what the dev, where the dev actually, or the developer, wants to head with the game itself. For now, you only have the goal of survival. Maybe when it's finished, it's going to have a quest or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What I do know is that apparently he said right now the game is quite dependent on the crates that you can find within the world, but he doesn't want the game at the, I guess, at the end of it when it's finished to be like that. So probably he's just going to make a certain pattern of, I guess, building or something from which you can actually craft pretty much everything you need, as long as you have the resources, the basic resources. That's kind of neat, because it's much more better than just forcing you to go out there and, you know, get some, I guess, dumbass crate or something. Or maybe, I guess it depends on if everybody plays style. Okay, I'm mumbling a lot over here, and I actually want to show you what you can do on the game, basically. So this is pretty much all you can actually build. Well, there's 2 more structures over there, but apparently this bear is not really going to let us do our thing. Let me get a bit at him. There we go, no more bear. Problem solved. So let's start with what you can't really have right now. Actually, not what you can't, what you cannot build within your base. That's an animal pen, basically, and a drill that's going to go for water. There we go, I have some water over here. Both, I guess not both. One, the drill is going to consume energy. Now I had that little small house over there because you cannot put the drill or the house pen anywhere on a rock. You are going to need earth, like solid earth and stuff. We are pretty much on an arch of rock, so it's kind of logical. You're not going to be able to get water from, like, I don't know, from the air, you know. You're going to have to drill through the arch and then through the earth and whatever and whatnot. It doesn't quite matter. Basically, you're going to need to do something like I did, a small other little base nearby where you can set up your 2 thingies that I just show you, and so they could be actually, so they could work. Okay, you're going to have at least 1 generator to help you out with the energy within the house. Now, if you're going to open, so let's turn on. So if you're going to open the fridges, basically the only thing you can have it working at, I guess, always, without really producing anything, it's just going to keep your food and, I guess, vegetables and whatever fresh, and that's it, nothing else. This is going to consume energy if you want to produce mass. This is what you're going to use for crafting, energy and mass. So this is a mass generator. This is actually, this over here is sort of a recycler. It produces mass at the expense of energy, so it consumes a certain amount of energy and it's going to give you some amount of mass. This is a working bench for weapons mostly and upgrades, and well, that's going to be about it. You also can craft a few things. Even a grenade, as well, is going to consume mass and energy, if I'm not wrong, also a lot of resources. They are used for pretty much raiding. So with this, you're going to blow up the door of the hunters. I tried it, but it bounced kind of weird, and well, all of them actually, because I had about 3 of them. I couldn't really quite set it at the, I guess, the door, you know. Oh, there's a crate. I can actually show you the crates now. In case you're new to this, this is how crates work. You just go through it and pick it clean, sort of like this, and you're going to get a certain amount of resources. We're going to get a match and 2 apples. I'm going to eat both of them because I want. I guess not that I want, because I can, I guess, or whatever. Now we're going to stop playing the game because we could really extend this series. I don't know. I guess I couldn't really quite show you much, but We're stopping the game because we had a bug, a pretty big bug, but I'm gonna get back to that because I'm getting to another idea and I want to finish with the energy. This is important. So, if we're gonna go back to the command unit over here, we're gonna see that our power, N is 0, but it consumes about 0.25. Now, if you're gonna have a lot of power and we have this much, you're only gonna start with 500 power and 100 mass. But if you're going to craft yourself some storage units for mass and power like I have over there, well, you're pretty much set. You're going to be able to have much more. Be careful though, as the game works right now, the power, the base itself, it is never going to generate by itself more than 500 or 100 mass. As you can see, that's it. It's not going to go up. It's 0 in, 0 out. This right now, this right now is get consumed because we have our fridge up. But if I'm gonna go back over here to the generator and I'm going to turn it on, I'm gonna have a plus of power about 1.5. So this consumes, and I guess it's much easier just to go over here and show you. So we have a consumption from the fridge of 0.25, and we're gaining 1.5. So we're producing way much more than we consume. You always need to keep this in mind. Now you can go to individual, I guess, units and turn them on and off, and you can see which, how much all of them actually consumes. Doesn't really quite matter. Let's throw, I guess, this in, and so it doesn't use. You also can upgrade stuff. Some of them, not all of them, can be upgraded though. So if I'm going to turn this on, this is half a watt or whatever you call it of consumption. I'm still gaining power, but only about half that I'm producing. And you're not going to produce power just by turning a generator. You're going to have to introduce fuel over here, which is this, is biofuel. Here we go, it consumed 1. This is pretty much how the game will work. You're always going to have to balance between your power consumption and production. This is not going to consume any power at all. It just takes a chunk of your power and gives you mass, and that's it. If you have items that you don't need, whatever they are, you can use them there. Some of them give more, some of them give less. Now this over here is a mass fabricator. If I'm going to turn this on, it is actually going to consume a lot of power, about much more than what the generator can produce. It took me a while to figure all this. I guess it's not that hard to figure out, but even so, apparently something stopped. Probably the refinery, because it refined the 1 piece of iron that I gave it. So turn off, I guess. Yeah, let's play with this a bit. We still have time. What should it produce? Yeah, let's produce some magnesium because we have like none. Or potassium. I don't even know what it is. What this was? It's potassium. Okay. Oh, okay. Now that button. I'm getting this stuff over here. Turn on. There we go. So if I have like one generator on, I'm consuming I'm gaining 1.5 and consuming with all of those that I showed you. On, I'm consuming about twice as much, so my power is going to go down. That's why it's usually best to have 2 of them. I actually built them like at once. I didn't wait out for them to, I could wait out, not wait out. I didn't do one, then waited, built in something else, and do another one. I just made like 2 of them at once or something like that. So let's turn this on, and we're still going to have a drainage of power if everything works, but it's a quite small one. You're not even going to fit it. You can go out, rather, I guess, on the land or whatever, and get a lot of crates, a lot of materials, come back, and you're still going to have some power. Now, what do you need power for? If you have like 0 mass and 0 power for some whatever reason, it's not going to matter. You're just not going to be able to build anything from what the base command unit can give you. And well, of course, as well, no upgrades. I guess this is going to work. It's just going to produce mass. This is also going to work, not going to produce anything. They're going to have much more. Oh yeah, to produce more biofuel, easiest way is just to load it up on this tab with a lot of fat, which is going to get only by hunting. You're not going to get it anywhere else, or I guess in any other way, so far at least. What else can I show you? Oh yeah, by the way, so this would be, so these are weapon parts. You get them from locked crates or for killing the hunters. And I have a lot. I'm going to get to it why I have a lot. I've killed a lot of hunters. This would be, as far as I saw, the best thing you can, I guess, recycle for mass. I mean, it's a lot. It does get like a high amount of energy, but it does give a lot of mass. While if I'm gonna set like one of these, it's gonna pretty much give me half of what I'm consuming. While I'm gonna do this, it's actually the same, it's just as gives you a higher amount. Okay, my bad. So we have a lot of mass. This is not worth keeping on. I don't want to test the light because I have no clue about the light. So we're actually gaining a lot of energy right now. Let's see with the light on how things are actually going. Yeah, it does increase a bit, the consumption, but not too much though. It's, I think, only about 0.1, so 0.10 basically. Kind of little. It's not a problem. It's not going to consume, at least one of them, it's not going to consume that much. Fire. Now, basic fire, I kind of deleted it, so destroyed it, recycled it, and I don't really quite know how much the heat is spreading around the fire, but I think it's about 3 of this, I'm calling them bases, but they're not bases. They are floors. Yeah, let's go with floors. So 3 floors, so 3 units of floor come kind of around here. If I would have the, like over there, the fire. With this thing, which should be more evolved as it is actually, because you have more options with it, you can go up to here, which is basically 1, 2, about 3. Yeah, and the fire, as I recall, because it was the same setup with all of these, was just about here. So the fire or the stove, or whatever this is, does it even say? Yeah, I guess it's a stove or something. They spread their heat around just about the same, also upwards. As far as I tested, it goes upwards as well. This is another thing, you can actually build a bed. This is going to give you spawn points, sort of. So if you die once, you can actually spawn back to your base, not somewhere random within the world. I guess that's something. You can also buy more spawn points. So buy spawn, there you go. It's going to consume a lot of energy directly. I could get one now, I'm going to have like 2 spawn points. And this is where you're going to cultivate your plants. For now, the game only has, well, this would be cotton. No, a tomato, seed, and cotton. Both of them, well, the tomato is going to be for eating and probably preparing it in some way. I kind of didn't figure out that one, or I don't think I have a recipe or something. And the cotton is used on crafting. There we go, we have it like right here. More evolved type of... there we go. More evolved type of clothing. We have like the second tire, and there's no cotton here. But if you want to do this padded cloth, which you can find over here, you're gonna need cotton and feathers, by the way. So they're kind of, this I guess you can take in time, but this is, you need to hunt those chickens to get the feathers. Okay, that's it. Now let's talk about the bugs. Now, I didn't really encounter that many bugs, a bit of lag here and there, but if you lower pretty much everything you have on the video side, you can have a decent quality gameplay with still a quite good aspect of it. So pretty decent quality of graphics and having fun and everything, I guess not really that big of a problem. But since the game is in development, every patch can destroy something, or I guess alter something, and I guess remove or add something else, and that could bring some problems to the game. And it did for me. Basically, right now, if I'm gonna go out and fight whatever and let it beat me, my life is sort of bugged. I tried a lot of things, actually even tried dying, but it still seemed to be bugged. I think it happened a certain time ago, I think about 4 episodes or 3 episodes back within the series, and I also played a lot off camera. When I was bleeding, almost dead, hit one of those bandages that you can see on the quick bar down on the screen. Nothing happened. I immediately took one of those, how are they actually called? Health kits. So I tried one of these. I was still bleeding, still sort of dying, almost dying actually. I hit one of the health kits, I got the health, and then I hit the bandage again approximately immediately or something, and it did catch on this time. So the second bandage seemed to have healed the bleed. But after that, every time, yeah, I'm gonna say like this. So after that, every time I actually got into a fight and the animal got close to me, and as you saw in previous episode, the hunters kind of really shot me up, filled me with holes. I didn't really lose that much health. Well, okay, with the hunters I almost died at some point, and I freaked out and pushed like every button I could find within my fingers and consumed some adrenaline kits which I didn't need and so on and so forth, but doesn't quite matter. I still died like hard. It's like I have a huge life or something. And also, I didn't quite know when this health, I guess, bug happened, because pretty much when that happened, what I said with the bleeding and the bandage not catching on, I also changed my clothing. I got the second tire. I built it and I just, I guess, put it on me. And for a while I thought maybe the reduction in damage is the one that's making me so impervious to damage. But if you get to think about it, the light shirt doesn't, or the light set, I guess this is the medium, doesn't give you that much protection except compared to this one. This is just a 10% damage reduction. And I guess more tolerance to heat or to coldness. The lightweight is going to give you about 5% if I'm not wrong. So it doesn't quite add up. I'm pretty sure my life is bugged. But I still had like a lot of fun. And this is pretty much what I wanted to get. Now the game is in development. There's a lot of patches coming probably. Most likely. And at this point, the game is actually quite playable if you ask me. If you want a game in which you go out, get some resources in whatever way, and I guess come back, you know, fight the hunters and whatever or not, this is a game for you. You're gonna have a lot of fun until you gonna get bored, I guess. Otherwise, this is like it's the name, the Subsistence, how you can survive within the wild, and a bunch of guys that wanna shoot you up. Is that like a hunter over there? Oh, it's just a crate. I thought it was a pants. I also want to say this, and I hope the dev is actually going to hear it. I don't know the bug. I don't know if I can help the dev figure out this bug. I don't know if anybody else had it. I guess it happened. Also, I guess one of my relatives played the game with my save at some point. I don't know if he did something else, and maybe that's when the health bug happened. I have like no clue. Doesn't quite matter anyways. I think it's gonna, if it's gonna be a problem, it's gonna get noticed and gonna get fixed. So for you guys and also for the dev, if you so when I started the game, I wanted to get as prepared as possible until the hunters are coming. So I did pretty much all of this except maybe this working stations. And then I put my base command unit down. I also have outposts. I have like 2 bases down there of a certain distance, one apart, so I can hide within if I'm in trouble. I was forced to build this one because I did not know when I first set up my base that you cannot put those things on rocks. So I guess that's that. But it's pretty close and it's okay, it's no problem. I really had a lot of fun with the game without the hunters. I mean like really a lot of fun. I would really like the game when it's finished if it actually had the possibility, you know, to have like a to switch on or off the hunters. So if you want to play a game without the hunters, just with the wildlife, and of course maybe some more wildlife than I already encounter, the wolves and the bears, because that's about it. I would really like more wildlife, to be honest. And of course, for those that want to play with the hunters, we'll play with the hunters. So I would really like to see this implemented within the game. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, if the dev doesn't want to head the game that way, good for him, no problem. I can still play with the hunters as well. I had fun with them as well because I was bugged and killed them always. That's why I have all this bunch of weapons parts. We opened only like one of those closed crates with the lockpick that comes with the base command unit. When you first do this or build this, you're gonna get one of those lockpicks over here. Well, that's about it. Afterwards, you just need to build it yourself. It's all the way down here. It's going to consume some materials and mass and energy, a lot of it. Apart from that, the rest of the weapon parts, I just got it from hunters because I killed them over and over again. And they are having more bases. They have like one base over there somewhere, and there's one up to the northeast, I guess, that way. Oh well, I didn't really quite get to ravage their bases and to destroy the doors. I had like 3 grenades and pretty much didn't really manage to put them in the front of the door. It was quite problematic. I guess this would actually be like another thing thrown for the dev out there. please build sort of a bomb that can, or something sticky, you know, so just go to a structure, place it, move on, and it will detonate after a while, or maybe you have a button and push it and it will detonate it then. Because throwing grenades to bring down a door or a wall doesn't really quite seem to work. Especially, well, I guess it will work at some point when you get the hang of it, but you're going to consume all of energy and a lot of mass and a lot of materials without it really doing anything for a while until you actually get how to throw that thing. And it also depends on the environment as well. If they're going to have their base built or somewhere upwards, it's going to be quite hard. I guess that's about it. I said it was going to be a short episode, but apparently I had a lot of babbling to do. I really enjoyed the game. I will enjoy it some more. I'm going to probably start over because it has like no fun if you have like Uber life and nobody can touch you. And I guess that's about it. If you enjoyed the clip, give it a big like, and to see more, subscribe. And I guess I'm gonna see you guys and gals around.